Two men on a mission down the rabbit hole of the thoughts that keep you awake at 3 a.m. Welcome to Dose of Dysfunction.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I'm your life coach. I'm here with the resident redneck.
You watched me to make sure I wasn't going to do anything stupid, didn't you?
Kind of.
Howdy, y'all.
And just Ian for another episode.
Oh, fuck, I got to start this live.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Fuck you, you figured it out.
So,
Fuck you, Shorzy.
here we go. They've been handed the keys to fuck it up.
Are we going to fuck this pig or what?
No.
That's bestiality.
I mean,
If you're not... You're literally quoting fucking
if we want to...
Letterkenny over here.
We're not gonna...
I'm not fucking a pig, though.
Yeah, no shit.
Derry looks at fucking what's-his-face and like, we going to fuck this pig?
Oh, I 100% know you're the reference,
Okay.
but I'm not fucking
All right.
a pig.
I said, well, we could grease the pig and
Eat
chase
some
it
bacon.
around. That could be
Make you
entertaining. I'm sure some people would like to watch that.
Yeah.
Just chase a grease pig.
Chase a grease pig.
So
Go to your fucking county fair.
Do they
Plenty of
actually do
rednecks
that
there
there?
doing stupid shit.
yeah, probably are plenty of rednecks there doing stupid shit.
I wonder what the waiver on that says.
A waiver? There's a
There's
waiver.
no waiver.
There's gotta be a waiver.
There's no
No,
waiver.
there's
If you get trucked by this grease pig,
Nope.
we are not
No
liable.
waiver.
yeah, no. Well, at a county fair, yeah, no, nobody.
County fair, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no shit.
You can be like, I got ran over by a greased piggy.
They're
And they'd
just
be
gonna
like,
laugh
drink
at you.
another beer, you fucking douchebag. I don't give a shit.
So, again, I got no topic. We're gonna wing it.
We're wanging it.
Chicken
Chicken wing.
Oh my god. Hot dog and macaroni or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Hot dog macaroni.
Chilling with my homies.
I don't know any of them.
I think it's it's chilling with my homies eating macaroni or something like that.
yeah.
Wow.
Chicken strips.
It blows me away you go ice fishing.
Why?
Because it's fucking dumb.
Why is
What?
it dumb?
It's cold, you sit in the same spot, you don't do shit, and you catch these little fucking dinky ass fish,
I mean, they're good,
and
though.
you fucking guys build fires on the fucking lake.
Nobody does that.
Oh.
I have not seen one person do that. Granted, I haven't
I
gone
would
ice
probably
fishing that
fucking
much.
I was gonna say you would build a fire. on the
It's
lake and
like-
be
I mean, the motherfucker out there with a
I
bonfire.
think the people that do that are in, like, Minnesota, where the ice is 40 inches thick.
yeah, I was gonna say where
yeah,
you're
they
not.
need a
And
fucking...
it's like 16 inches thick in Cascade, so...
Yeah, you can't really. That's
16 inches is good enough to drive your truck on, supposedly.
Well, 9 of it is, like, white ice, which is just compact snow. So it's like...
okay. That
Okay,
seems too
that's
complicated.
It's
See,
complicated.
this is what I'm talking about. This is stupid.
No, it's just, yeah. Don't drive a truck on the lake.
It's
Not
what it
recommended.
is. It's what
Unless
it
you're in
is.
Minnesota or Wisconsin where you have over, like, 25 inches of ice, don't drive your truck on the ice.
It's fucking dumb, okay? I don't care who you are, it's
You're
dumb.
fucking dumb. Fuck you.
I've
Pissed
never-
off Mario Kart.
I've never done it, so I'm not.
It's just a good excuse to drink beer.
Ah, there we go. You're in for a good excuse to drink beer.
So on
So
the podcast, I'm drinking beer. Well, I don't know if you can call
It
it
was like
beer.
we literally went duck
I'm
hunting.
trying to
It was
get
the
some
same
drinking
temperature.
bitch beer is what you're
It was
drinking.
colder duck hunting than it was ice fishing today.
So
Yeah, but that involved guns, not fishing poles. Whoever fucking pointed a fishing pole at something and it died. No one. I can tell you right
I'm
now,
sure you
I
could
pointed
find
a
a-
gun at some shit and it died.
I'm sure you could find a Florida man.
I never thought of that.
oh,
What happened?
we got our live access suspended.
You said too many bad words. You got canceled.
We did. We just got cancel cultured right there.
Yeah,
We're not PC enough. You can't say the R word, bro.
No, is it
That's not what he
violent?
said.
You said it before.
But yeah, true. But
Oh, yeah. It says, "Ooh, we can't podcast or we can't live on TikTok as a host until 2/8. We got 3 days suspended from live."
That sucks.
whoever our one viewer was did not like us.
For bullying and harassment.
I can see that. I kind of came at you a little hard. What a bunch
and
of fucking pussies.
Yeah, and it says,
Oh my god, if you're on TikTok, you fucking listen to this goddamn podcast. If you're that big of a fucking pussy, just shut the fucking thing off and move on.
yeah, we're gonna submit a appeal.
That or just their algorithm heard it on your phone.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
thinking. Anyway, I
Oh, sorry, TikTok.
I submitted
we're
an
gonna end up
appeal.
losing our live on Instagram too because
It's like, why?
my phone's
It's
about ready
like-
to die.
We're not going
Ooh.
to do another podcast for 4 days. So.
If your phone dies, I can pick it up on mine and go Instagram live. Well, anyway, I pissed off. We apparently pissed off.
Fuck you
TikTok.
puss cake.
Strike one.
Get over it.
This has been the first strike on
Call
Dose of
freedom of
Dysfunction.
speech.
Well,
Now he's just watching Grogu on his phone while we're doing a podcast.
yeah, no shit.
Very
No,
professional life coach.
I shut it off. You must. It must
We
have
haven't
been.
had anybody join, so at this point I'm like,
No, I had like 5 viewers at that point. Nah, it doesn't fucking matter now.
you had 5 viewers? One of them whiny little motherfuckers.
No, it's the algorithm. My guess is because you were telling how stupid ice fishing was.
You're stupid and dumb.
Mm,
Fuck you, you're stupid
Yeah.
and dumb.
I bet you it had more to do with
And-
pointing a gun at something.
Ooh, yeah. That was it. Threatening to kill me with a gun.
No, not
You did
kill
that.
you.
No, you said that. That's what you said.
I said I pointed a gun at shit and it died.
And then you pointed your finger gun at me.
I didn't even point a finger gun at you. What the fuck?
It doesn't matter. That's awesome.
Fuck TikTok.
TikTok. That's what I've been saying
Fuck
the
them
whole
all.
time.
Fuck all you motherfuckers. God, I'm so done with this shit.
No, you're not.
And
I like doing the podcast.
And
Fuck all this
podcast.
social media garbage.
I love Twitter.
Twitter's fun.
Twitter's a fucking
dude, we're gonna
blast.
if we get big on Twitter, we're canceled immediately.
Why?
Twitter is the king of canceling.
Is it?
Yes, 100%. If you go trending on Twitter, generally it's not good. It's generally a bunch of fucking
Generally not good.
pissed off white
Great.
people virtue signaling. At other
Sweet.
people.
I'm totally going after people on Twitter. I fucking love Twitter.
Oh yeah, I do too. Twitter's fun. You can fucking. Oh, that's weird. That was a filter I didn't want to use.
Did you use the horse filter?
No.
Hey,
it's
stop fucking
weird
around with your
face
phones. Let's do a
filter.
podcast. Come on.
All right. Yeah, he's right.
Looks like I got a sunburn.
You fucking boomers.
We're like 8 minutes in of
Sorry,
What are
no.
you talking about?
Millennials.
you cussing him out.
What
for,
is?
You're a
What is
fucking
your generation?
millennial.
I am considered
Old.
I'm not a millennial.
Yes, you are.
I'm Gen Z.
When?
Yeah.
What year?
1997.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, I guess that's true.
yeah, he's Gen Z. No, I
I'm not
am.
happy with my fucking generation.
Yeah,
either,
your
don't worry.
generation's fucking retarded.
So mine
Yeah. I
Mine-
didn't get my baseball.
my generation is
Generation X.
I fall into they've actually taken where I'm at and made it a sub-generation. So mine is literally like right where Gen X and millennials meet. And most people in there don't necessarily qualify as either. So they've come up with Zennials is like a segment
A
of that.
zennial?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
What kind of crayon eating fucking
That's
tofu
more
fart?
of mine. I feel like that would be more of mine since I'm a Gen Z.
No, I don't know.
A
That's
Zennial.
A zennial?
Yeah.
I don't know
I
why
feel like
that
that's
is,
some
but-
kind of flower somebody grew out of their ass.
So I would tell you I qualify more as
genial?
I qualify as far as I identify.
Oh god,
Here we go. I identify as Gen X. I would tell you I'm in 80, which in like they consider millennials like 81 or like I'm literally right at the cutoff.
Same here.
So I would tell you I am way more Gen X, and the reason I say that is because I had older parents. So kind of how I no I did. I mean
had older
so
parents.
I'm in the same boat.
I grew up. I think that plays a factor in. Well, it does. Parents play a factor in how you were raised, but being that my parents would probably have been on average, you know, I don't know, probably 5 to 8 years older than most any other parents, you know, in the same with kids the same age range, it kind of put me with a little bit more of a I don't know. Anyway,
Do you have an older sibling?
I do.
I think that also is part of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're growing up with their kind of stuff, which...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my sister, who's like 3.5 years older than me, falls right into Gen X. And so I grew up with a lot of her shit because that's,
I mean, I guess, whatever. I don't see the whole... That's like saying, oh, he's on the cusp as far as, like, the fucking... What is it? The Zodiac bullshit? They're like, oh, he's
yeah.
on the cusp. Because I'm
yeah.
on the cusp, and everybody's like, oh, my God, he's a this and a that. And I'm like, no, I was born on this date, so that makes me that. Like, I don't give a fuck what you
Yeah,
are.
I'm a broad.
Shit.
Well,
My favorite one is when somebody's like, oh, how Taurus of you. And I'm like, oh,
geez.
fuck yourself.
yeah.
Okay?
Right? No,
The stars made you do that.
what was...
Yeah, I hate that shit too. And my wife is big into that shit. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, no, it's...
We
But
could be
anyway-
going on a trip, somebody's gonna be like, okay, Taurus. And be like, shut up. Younger than me by 6 months? Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
She's like,
Doesn't
what?
even correlate.
So, yes, anyway, that subsection is called a zennial, I guess.
Drink
And
a
that's...
beer, would you? Fuck.
No. You're not even drinking beer. You're drinking seltzer. Fuck you.
We'll drink one of them.
This right here, is what get us
This
fucking
is what
kicked
got us
off.
put in fucking
Yeah.
TikTok jail.
You two bullying each other over what is
There's
fishing and
pineapple
what isn't.
and there's raspberry.
So,
Taking your last round.
so to
Is
give,
there shit on this can?
Yeah, I don't know what. I think a soda or some shit blew up in the fridge. I don't know.
he pooped it out.
Just like shit out of fire truck.
Yeah, shit out of fire truck.
Oh my god, shit out of fire truck.
That's gonna be a T-shirt, by the way.
It's just gonna be Brock's an asshole.
If you
with a
want
fire
some
truck
merch,
coming
one
out.
of our first T-shirts will be, "Oh my God, I'm gonna shit a fire truck."
There's a fire down below, and it's not in my loins.
We shit a fire truck.
Somebody call 911. No.
Fuck.
Drink a beer.
Drink a fucking beer.
So, anyway,
Anyway, what? We didn't have any shit for now. And it's like,
no,
I throw it up.
So, here, I have kind of a topic. So, I was in Vegas, right? One of my favorite places to be for, maybe 2 days.
Yeah, well, you're a fucking gambler.
Well, I am, but
Like, big time gambler.
no.
Yes, you have it on your phone.
Oh, well, all right.
That's
Well,
big
when,
If
money.
I bet you something right now, you'd probably be like, okay.
probably.
Depending on the bet.
If sports betting was legal, would you do it?
It is legal.
Not in Idaho.
Yeah, but you can do it online.
I was going to say, who the fuck's going to say that bet is any different? Who's winning the Super Bowl, KT?
You're not going to like my answer.
Cincinnati.
I don't give a fuck.
Joey B.
Yeah, it's going to be the Bengals.
Okay.
Team of Destiny.
I already...
I bet you a lunch.
Yeah, game on.
See? Told you. It don't
Game
matter.
on.
I'll
Yeah.
bet you lunch.
What's
I'll
the
bet
lunch?
you lunch.
And not only that, we'll call score.
No.
Let's
Man,
put some
'cause
money
I'm
on
not
this.
good
Call the
with
score.
So,
Yeah, the Seahawks fucked me out of a lunch.
all right, well, I'll call... So, I'm going to tell you, Bengals are going to win. It's going to be 31-28.
Well, at least it's close.
McPherson's gonna kick a game-winning field goal.
I
for the
think
third
so.
Game in a row.
I just think that's how it's got to end. That, to me... Or actually, I saw somewhere else somebody, tweeted or something that if the Super Bowl doesn't go to, double overtime...
Oh, good
He's gonna
Lord.
feel ripped off because of all the other games.
Yeah.
It has to culminate in double overtime.
Yeah.
Imagine
Super
the
dumb.
first double overtime in NFL.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would fit the season for sure.
Yeah.
It would. I would like to
I
see
like
it.
the overtime rules.
Nobody
I
likes
don't think
the
anybody
overtime
likes
rules.
overtime rules.
Yeah, they're fucked up. They need to fix them. I mean
Yeah.
that's an easy art. I don't know. I don't like the onside kick either. I think there's better.
Yeah, that's stupid shit.
There's better stuff, and they've got some stuff out there they've talked about, and it's like, well, fucking implement it. Let's go.
Oh, are you talking about their new, you don't like the fact that somebody can kick the ball and get the ball?
No, well, because
Or
they
you don't like the fact that it's allowed or what? I don't know what's your...
Yeah,
No.
what's wrong with onside kicks?
Because they changed it, you can't overload a side.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're worried about concussions and everything else. So it makes it drops the percentage even further of doing it. But what I like, they proposed one that was like, you have like a 4th and 15, right? Mm-hmm. That's, I'm not...
I'm not really sure what just happened, but the dungeon just made a noise and it freaked everybody out.
But I don't know. I like the idea of making it something that gives them a higher percentage that actually makes you think, oh shit, this could happen. Makes it more interesting. But the overtime rules suck because, well,
First one to score, it's like, okay, great. All you had to do is flip a coin and throw a touchdown pass. Great.
I feel like you should have to have your second stringers do the 4th and 15.
Whatever. I'm kind of good with whatever.
Can't start a starter on 4th and 15.
No, just like instead of the onside kick, it just has to be like a special teams unit. It
Maybe
can't be your offense.
I'm
I
down
think you
with...
should. I think it's kind of like. I think you should have, as far as your overtime thing, it should be straight up. You score a touchdown, they get a chance. If they don't score, you win. If they score, let's.
I think they should.
Either that or
if you're going second, you should have to go for 2 to decide the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something. I mean, you take even like the playoff game, and I'll say probably what was the hardest one to swallow was the Chiefs Bills, because you take how the Bills offense played.
Well, yeah, either team that
night like had the Chiefs lost or which they didn't, but Josh Allen played a fucking phenomenal game.
Right.
The Bills offense played a phenomenal game, and solely because the Chiefs, who played a phenomenal game, got the ball first, went down and got the touchdown.
Right.
And you're like, well, so yeah, I agree.
It's like arguably saying though that Green Bay should have been in the Niners' position against the Rams and they're into where they're at.
Yeah,
now.
but that wasn't overtime.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who would be like, well, okay, you started the season off fucking 3-5. And you got to beat the team that everybody was like, they're going to fucking smoke everybody. Well, the one loss they took was, you know what I mean? Like, it's timing.
Yeah, it's timing.
Had they lost that game earlier in the year, come through and fucking smoked everybody all the way to the Super Bowl, nobody would have fucking batted an eye. But everybody's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I just think when
I seen memes that was like, Green Bay versus goodbye. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that's because San Francisco owns them. They just kind of own Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
He jinxed himself against
San Francisco. I think his fucking hippie hair and his shit, yeah.
No, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we could talk NFL for a while.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl is coming.
All we're talking about here is Casey's betting problem.
And
we just proved that because he bet me lunch on the Super Bowl.
If FanDuel was a thing in Idaho, I would be a sports gambler consistently.
Yeah, I mean...
No, I would be out.
I can tell you...
I gamble with lunch. That's about it. Because here's the thing. I know at the end of it, even whether I'm paying or somebody else is paying, I got lunch.
This is
I'm
true.
like, fuck it, I don't...
I could win myself multiple lunches.
I could win lunch, or I could pay for lunch.
Yeah.
Knowing Casey, we're going to the fucking Idaho Pizza, and I'm hooking him up with as much pizza as he wants, and a fucking salad bar, and we're going to be cool with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Brian. We're betting lunch. It's like, well, fuck, either way I'm eating, so life's good. I'm not really going to work.
Money, I'm thinking snowmobile parts, truck parts, kid toys, diapers, like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, no. And for me, gambling's not about the money. It's not.
It's about being right.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a level, it is. No, it is about.
I am so good at guessing. I'm better at guessing than you guys.
Yeah, but it's not.
Pretty much.
It's not guessing.
But the fun part is, like, between friends.
Law of averages. I mean, it's more law of averages than anything.
Well, I mean, between friends, it's like, what do you really want to bankrupt your buddy?
Yes.
Really? Yes. Jesus. Thanks, Casey. I only got to fucking Kid to pay for another one on the way. Why am I gonna do one? Yeah, here we go. Casey's like, fuck it. What's your
Sign away your life to
what's your
servitude.
life savings? Let's do this.
I didn't say I wouldn't give it back. I'm just saying
You're just gonna have to win it back.
I'm just saying in the
I'm gonna have to
moment.
win it back one lunch pet at a time.
I just that feeling of, well, yeah, it's. I'd take it all from you. I'd give it back to you.
Have you ever fucking played blackjack and not looked at your cards and just bet from there?
No, but I have played actually.
Shit's dangerous, by the way.
Yeah, it is dangerous.
Really?
But I won a lot of money that night.
I can flat out tell you, probably the hardest blackjack to play is actually face up with the dealer. Face up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because then you're like, it's tough to play. Because then when they're sitting there with a 18 and you're at a 17, you're like, fuck. I have to hit this. You're not playing. It completely throws off, your strategy. It's totally different. I left that table quickly because I was like, I don't like this shit.
I'm out.
I have a system here, and all gamblers have a system. But for me, though,
so I don't have a system.
So I was going to talk about some of the other side of Vegas besides gambling. You're like, is there anything else to? Well, so one part of Vegas and boobs is exactly right.
Spending money and boobs.
Do you like to see tatas? So, no, my gambling part of it though. Which was not successful this time, but that's fine.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
part of the game.
You get over it.
Watch some tape, regroup.
But, well, so
watch some tape. If he hadn't got a fucking jack, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, they get real sensitive about you if you bust your cell phone out at the table. They will.
I've never been there.
No, they'll boot you right off.
We're going to Vegas in September.
Oh yeah.
If you want to meet the resident redneck, go to Vegas in September.
Fuck yeah! I don't give it. I mean, we'll do some stupid shit.
I'm sure you'll know exactly who it is when you see him.
Yeah.
That's pretty rude. That's fucking rude. Okay, and aggressive. You're gonna get us shoved off of fucking what this is.
Apparently, Instagram's okay with you bullying.
Instagram doesn't give a flying fuck whether we fucking bully each other.
But TikTok was not a fan of whatever it is you guys said.
Shoot me, Brock.
I didn't fucking threaten to shoot anybody. All right, fuck.
Yeah, you guys can't argue about, but on other lives they can simulate.
To go fuck themselves. All right.
I've been saying that the entire time.
But anyway,
hate to say I'm right.
Hate to say you're right.
You love saying you're right.
Yeah,
that's why I want to gamble.
Gambling.
Who's winning? All right, who's winning?
Bengals.
Okay, I'll bet you lunch on it.
Okay, well I'll go to
See,
lunch.
we fucked this, or if the Bengals fuck this up, I get 2 free lunches. Then again, the Bengals don't fuck this up. Now I gotta pay for 3 lunches or 4 lunches. Well, I gotta pay for our lunch and our lunch.
I was just gonna say,
we can all go together.
We can just all go in one shot to lunch and call it.
Fuck it, I don't care. Yeah. If you haven't learned by now, I'm a Rams fan, and yes, I will go into this 100%. We're gonna win it. Or die trying, whatever.
Really convincing.
We lose. What
to
me, football is football. As a sport, you lose. Okay, great.
I'm just throwing out my prediction. You're looking at Joe Burrow becoming.
Well, and there's the underdog.
Next Tom Brady.
Yeah,
so everybody's gonna try harder than hard. Like they're not just gonna put out their best. They're gonna put out their best.
No, I just think you're looking at Joe Burrow stepping into that Tom Brady thing. I agree with Ian. He's gonna be that guy.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the it factor. So this is his one. So this is the one.
Like I said earlier, that quarterback doesn't win you the game.
No, but
unless
Did
he's
you
going
see
to
that
throw,
game last
catch,
week?
kick, and receive that ball, he's not the guy going to win you the whole game.
I mean, they have a stacked wide receiver core.
oh yeah, they're stacked.
Like,
No, I
the
know
only
that.
other wide receiver core to match that is the Rams.
yeah.
Which is great because they're both going to the big show.
I
I mean,
know.
you can't complain about that.
Yeah, and that's why I say I think it'll be a
It's going to be close.
yeah.
Hopefully. I hate when you watch the Super Bowl and it's like somebody just kicked the piss out of the other team.
Or it's like the last Rams Super Bowl where they only scored 3 points.
Well,
yeah, they got the shit beat out of them.
But I can tell you, to me, this one will be close because they're still the Bengals,
And
right?
there's a terrible offensive line.
Yeah, they're still
That's
the Bengals.
Yeah.
So it's still Matt Stafford, playing the Bengals.
I mean,
There's a lot of factors.
You could call it
Yeah.
that way, but the funny part to me is that he's busted his ass. I mean, they've made it this far, and it's like, fuck, even getting kicked in the balls and still coming back, it's like, I couldn't even believe it. When they beat San Francisco, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Really?
No.
No, they achieved exactly what they set out for, and they bought their Super Bowl, right? That's what they did.
Yeah, I mean, you can
fucked their
call it
first
that,
round
but,
picks.
I mean,
Yeah, but they went all in to
They
get
did.
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They bought their Super Bowl.
by the
Many
way,
other
I think
teams
we
have
just
done it.
lost Caxfint. I think that's what it's called. Because we're talking about football, and the person's picture is like a cartoon character of some.
Oh shit. Well, anyway, outside of football, back to Vegas. So, my little stories of Vegas. I figured out. Well, not figured out. I've known this about me.
Did you get shit house this time?
Here's a weird thing about
What happens
Vegas.
in Vegas stays in
No,
Vegas.
I don't care how much I drink in Vegas. No, I don't. I don't wind up shithouse. And believe me, I drank plenty. The first night I drank probably the most, and I was drunk, and it was like
Which isn't surprising because you didn't text me that day.
and it was like 3 a.m. when I went to bed. Like, I mean, and had drank pretty consistent the whole time, but I don't know what it is. I wasn't sure.
I think it was that. Well, I don't know because you were gone Monday through Thursday. That weekend we went. So that was last weekend, right? Or last week and last weekend.
Yeah.
I left Thursday, went to just outside of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I drank a shit ton. Remember all of the weekend, functioned from Thursday to fucking the following Monday, functioned just fine. I mean, granted, I had to drive home Sunday, but, I mean, I fucking literally, I drank half a gallon of Sailor Jerry's, just drank it. I mean, it was like gone. And, drank almost a fifth of 44 North. Everything's fine. I'm a little concerned.
Right?
Because I didn't get it. I didn't get
Everything's
blackout drunk. I didn't get stupid drunk. I didn't do dumb shit. I made some funny comments over the weekend. It was great. But I never once was I like worried about being an ass.
It's literally
or forgetting.
You were literally concerned over the ideal weekend of drinking.
No,
No, it was great. I was super happy. The concern was the fact that I drank that much alcohol and didn't do something fucking horrible.
No, and I'm with you. Like, I would tell you I drank a decent amount.
Other than say, you want to see my pecker? In the middle of fucking some store in fucking Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
That's fucking hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, none of the fucking yuppie skiers like that.
Well, yeah.
Want to see my pecker? And they're like, where the fuck? And they're fucking around and shit.
Then you pull out a woodpecker. That'd be so
Want to
funny.
see my pecker?
So, speaking of yuppies,
Back to Vegas.
yes, back to Vegas. We end up, the last night there, we go to, not It's a casino called the Cromwell, and
JC, fire up the live.
it's kind of a boutique type casino.
Fucking ended one of these. They always die. Fuck! Mayday!
So you went to
It's called the Cromwell.
The Cromwell.
It's a total boutique style casino.
Boutique style? What the
Yeah,
fuck is
it's well because it's not real huge. It's newer, and you can tell it has a. You can tell that.
did that die?
No, it
Okay.
it still runs in the background. When I say boutique style, it has a certain kind of clientele, and it's a little bit richer and yuppier, and you can kind of tell. So, and we were on our mission trying to find a $10 table, and first off, when we went in there, I'm like, well, yeah, we're fucked. We're not going to find a $10 table here. It's just not going to happen. But lo and behold, we found one. And I was like, holy shit. And this is actually kind of the story I was going with when I was trying to record by myself. But we come up to this table and we sit down and there's a couple sitting there. And then there's an older gentleman, farmer type. And I love these guys. I love to play. I love playing at the table with them. Typically, they're pretty quiet. They kind of do their thing, but they play right. You'll normally have a good time. They're just chill. They're just very good, down-to-earth people. The other thing I found interesting, it kind of made this boutique, was none of the dealers had name tags. And typically in Vegas, every dealer's got a name tag and it tells you where they're from. This one didn't have it. So it was just kind of different. You could tell it was newer. The tables were nicer. The chips were cleaner. It was nicer. But
It was your bougie.
Yeah, it was kind of bougie. I mean,
I think that's
again,
what they call it now, right?
Correct.
High class.
Yeah, whatever it is. But we sit down, and I sit next to this lady and her husband. Now, they're a younger couple. But they're all they're a little giddy, bubbly, and I can see the dude knows what he's doing, right? He's kind of playing by the book and stuff like that. Well, we plop down at the table, and the guy...
How many were you?
There was 3 of us, but initially, because me and one other guy plopped down, because you're only gonna get 5 at a table,
Right.
and then our third person watched for a while, and then
Waited until somebody left.
yeah, eventually the like I said, the farmer type guy, he eventually peeled off and left, and then we were sitting there, but we sit down there.
I'm not counting enough eggs at this table.
No, he was. I think he had his decent
Ain't
night.
enough roosters in here
Kind of like that.
Do you have overalls on?
No.
Oh.
No. I actually sat down next to.
Been a farmer for years. I've never been ballsy enough to wear fucking overalls. It takes some dedication to wear overalls.
One time down in Vegas, the South Point. This is my sidetrack story. The South Point, it gets a lot of when we'd normally go there because it'd be in mid to the end of October, and they have a lot of horse.
Oh yeah,
cowboy stuff, so you'll wind up with a ton of cowboys in there. And I sat and played at a table with an NFR Hall of Famer. He had like the big fucking ring on and stuff like that. It was bad, and he knew his shit. And we were more having the conversation because 2 other people, he wanted to sit at third base, right? And this is the guy you want sitting at third base on a table. They will make you a shitload of money.
They have a third base at a table. I don't gamble. So
Okay,
I don't know.
so
I've never been to a casino.
Yeah.
so
never either.
okay,
Well, I have. That's a lie. I have. I've been to a casino, but Boomtown, Nevada isn't exactly special to talk about.
So think of it this way. Think of when you're sitting at a table, you have, on a blackjack table, you have first base and third base. And if you're at a full table, these guys are important. Whoever is at those are important. The first base kind of sets the tone. Third base is the one that's going to clean up for you. The reason being, if you have good gamblers who understand it and know it, they can...
This is lead off and clean up.
It is. So if
When I'm setting the batting lineup for the softball team, I'm like, who can run fast? Like, who can run the fastest and is going to get on base every time? You can't hit for shit. Sorry.
I can.
You can't hit
Because I can outrun my ground balls.
there is that.
You're quick. I won't
I will run the
take that
first
away
base.
from you. You're
I will
quick.
run the first base instead of walking down the first base line.
Ooh, that's a punch.
So, yeah, it is.
But
So-
that's like lead off and clean up.
It is. And so typically you want the person, and there's specific people who they want to play those spots. That's how you know where they're at as a gambler is. There's some guys that want to sit in first position because he wants his cards up first. And normally he can kind of control the table
What's
to a
going
degree.
down the table,
Yeah, and those guys are typically very by-the-book players. I actually tend to, like, I'll go sit over at third base, but you'll probably piss me off. And I'll want to leave the table. I kind of like to sit in the second seat. It's normally the second or third seat. A lot of times, if you have a good first and third, is a good spot to be in. The third base one is the one who's watching. If they're good, they're watching all the cards that come out, and they can they'll clear the table for you. They may count, but normally, typically, you'll be surprised that a good third baseman a lot of times will bust to take the table, to make sure the table wins. Like, they'll do the right... Typically, a good third baseman will do the right thing for the table to win, and a lot of times they'll make a lot of money at it at the same time. It comes back around. But they're kind of the ones that kind of see where it's going, see what the dealer has, and realize the choice. Oh, I have to do... If I do this, my odds are better that the whole table wins, right? That I may not win, but the rest of the people at the table will win. And it'll...
This sounds like some backwards ass shit.
It,
I'm gonna bet on this pony so everybody else wins, but I get fucked in the ass.
No, but
I still win.
Yeah.
No, but because part of it is the first and the third are helping to control the rotation of the cards. Because that's what fucks it up, is when you're sitting at a table with somebody who...
Oh, I would piss off so many people.
Well, you do, because the problem you have with a lot of rookie players and stuff like that is they lack consistency. And they do stupid stuff, or because of their fear...
Well, they go up or down.
Well,
They'll go all in on something they don't have any idea about. They'll either lose it or win it. And it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then all of a sudden they lose, or they bleed out $70,000 worth of chips. It's like, you just won $200,000 and you can fucking walk away from this shit. But you're gonna bleed out $70,000 trying to find the next $200,000. What the fuck's wrong with you?
so, and again, when I was sitting with the guy at the time, the Rodeo Hall of Fame guy,
Yeah.
and we were talking, both of us couldn't wait for the people who he wanted to set at third base, but there were two people who had no idea what they were doing and new to it. And the worst part was everything they were doing was working for them. It was fucking the rest of the table, but it was working for them.
Well, right.
And it was, but they were just doing stupid shit. And when you're at a table with people who know how to play, or who stick kind of to playing by the book.
Well, I was gonna say, hold on. There's knowing how to play, and then there's
There's
fucking
people who played the game,
Play.
and then there's people who play the game.
No, but
there's people who lube the dick, and then there's people who lube the dick.
correct. It's the thing where, like, the dealer has a 7 or higher showing, and so your assumption is they always have a 10 under there, right? And
Right.
they have to stay on 17. And so you're sitting there and you're looking at their cards and they got a 4 up, or their cards are out and they're sitting on like a 14, and you hit that because the dealers say on a 17, and they won't. Or then the dealer flops a card over and the dealer doesn't actually have a 17, they have a 13, and because the person didn't take the hit like they were supposed to, the dealer flops a 6 or a 7 and just fucks the whole table up. They do shit like that, and they don't do it with any sort of consistency. They don't play close to how the book tells you to. And see, you're looking at me all funny, but it fucks up the table.
Funny? I'm looking like, what in the fuck? I mean, it's not a hard game to figure out.
No, but people play it all sorts of fucked up. They'll do shit that you're like, you don't do that. And when it works for them, it's
They're like, try me, bitch. I just did it.
Yeah. And that
I just won. Is that not the point
Wait a
of the
minute,
game?
didn't I just win?
Yeah.
Isn't the idea for me to fill my wallet? Like,
I don't give a shit about you. I'm trying to take your money.
Yeah, but again, this is the difference between being
A gambler.
a gambler
Yeah,
and gambling.
addicted and not addicted.
No, it's not even addicted and not
You
addicted.
continue to tell me that you are not addicted to gambling. If I dropped a fucking slot machine in front of you or a fucking card table in front of you,
Card table,
and
yeah,
loaded whatever, you'd be like, I'm in.
yeah.
I would walk away and be like, fuck that. But like, I'm out. I'm gonna go watch some stupid show.
I'm not gambling for the money out of it. That's not. I'm not.
It doesn't matter why you're
He
addicted.
hasn't lost
I'm
his
not
life
addicted
savings
to
it.
alcohol because it fucks me up. I'm addicted because my liver feels like shit in the morning.
But
it
it goes. It goes back to exactly what Ian's saying. I will get up and walk away from the table at a point where before.
He's not taking money from loan sharks and getting beat up.
Yeah.
afterwards.
Well, okay.
That's when you
No,
know you're
no,
addicted
I could
to
get
gambling.
that.
Here's a perfect example, though.
But that's like being addicted. Okay, I chew tobacco, but I don't over chew to the point where I have to go see somebody once a week. I'm like, I can't stop shoveling it in my face.
No,
I can't,
but when we were
I
in
don't have
Vegas,
to go to AA, but I drink.
there was. Here's another thing.
I probably
I
should
don't
go
have
to
the
AA.
money to do it to this level anyway, but I was at the cage cashing out, and there was a guy next to me talking or getting money or cashing out or something like that, and the clerk was like, no, you have to pay your marker, meaning he was
I have no idea what this is.
Well-
So I would have been like, what is that?
meaning that the house gave him a line of credit.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the kind of money he has, or
Doesn't have.
or
He ain't got shit.
they'll let
Bitch
him
is
gamble with.
broke.
Right, and he's up there trying to take whatever money he's won, and they're like, you got to pay your marker, and he's like, bullshit, I don't have a marker. Like, I'm paid up, he wants to argue, and I mean, this guy's about ready to get pissed. I'm like, oh, fuck. That means he's playing on house credit,
Yeah.
and
Homeboy's got a tab.
yeah, that's somebody who's,
I walked out of a bar before and they were like, hey, you gonna pay your shit? And I'm like, you have my credit card. What are you worried about?
Yeah.
Run the motherfucker.
well, they don't have his card on file. That's, you pay it up. So, I'm not to that level where I can do that.
Yeah, but again, you live in Idaho. Therefore, you can't just run over to the fucking... By the way, did you know that they sell gambling stuff at bowling alleys?
Yeah. They have,
okay.
the tab games
Yeah.
and shit like that. And that doesn't interest me.
I was just kind of...
And that goes...
I figured I'd throw it out there and see where you were.
That goes
Weeks
back
from now,
to...
we go to a bowling alley. Casey's
But
just.
he knows about it.
Of course
so
I
he's
do.
obviously done it.
Yeah, I've seen
But
it. I've tried
he
it.
didn't get hooked. My wife, you buy her a fucking scratch-off ticket, I'll tell you right now, she'd fucking... she would step over all kinds of shit to get to a scratcher.
I probably have 4 or 5 scratch tickets in my backpack right now.
Oh, well, yeah.
So
and see,
addiction.
she
No,
does
but
like
I
the
did.
scratchers. Here's the fucking part that gets me, right? Every year for Christmas, what's one of the best things to put in a stocking stuffer?
Scratchers.
Fucking scratch-off tickets.
Oh, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
When we win $2, $3, $4, whatever it is, this last year we won $37.
Right.
She
She
Spend
bought
more
more
scratchers?
scratch
No,
tickets.
she's yet to fucking cash them in, but when she does cash them in, she fucking unloads all of that $37 into the kiddo's bank, like into the kiddo's piggy bank. I'm like, that's a pizza.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she's like, no, but you're gonna load it into the kiddo's bank account.
I love that your children's savings plan is based off of lottery tickets.
Gambling, yeah.
Sorry, Max, not going to college.
He's really
No,
ejected
here's the hell
one
of a
here.
college fund setup.
Well, that's good. That's good.
The one gambling on their child's savings,
I could, yeah.
or the guy
no.
who goes and plays blackjack in a
Oh.
certain conspicuous way.
Douche
So-
canoe.
No. All right.
Did you just wave at somebody? We have an eyeball.
Eyeball.
We have three.
Yeah.
Fuck you, alright? The best I had was one. You can suck it.
Well, it says who
You're
all
gonna get
I'm gonna
joined.
bully you until fucking Instagram fucks us over at this point. Fuck. Damn it.
Casey's gonna be the only one that's banned.
Yeah, because my name's on both of them. It's all good. No, okay, but
Read their names out loud. They'll like that, and then they'll run away.
Mr. Neves, Gonzalo Carmona. I can't even pronounce the last one. Bayandora? I don't know, but wave.
Say something.
Wave.
Oh, you're waving at people. I did that one time, and they all left.
I'll wave again. Why won't it let me wave? Anyway, I don't know if I lost him or not. Anyway, now I lost where I was in my.
You
You
were-
totally
Well,
sidetracked
we went
me.
on to a sidetrack of a
Of a
radio
sidetrack.
guy.
Oh, well, with the rodeo one, it was you were watching this couple, and it just pissed you off because they were just doing stupid shit and it was working, and you're like, nah, they're fuckers. They couldn't leave soon enough. The part of that, though, is you have to look at it as a long game and see it's the difference between being a gambler and gambling. Those guys just do whatever stupid shit and they're having fun and they're winning or that.
Gambling
And
yeah.
the rest of the table is like, you motherfuckers, every table here is full. This is the only table I could even get a seat at, and I got to play with a bunch of jackasses who don't know what the fuck they're doing, who are going to wipe out my bankroll
Right.
super fast because they're being jackasses. It's just a mentality. It's experienced
Okay, but
versus
hold on.
non-experienced.
This is also like saying there's rules to fighting.
Well, it depends on.
No, there's no rules to fighting. If I walk up and punch you in the fucking nose, and we're gonna get in a fucking brawl,
I'm kicking
it
you out
don't
the
mean
back.
shit. I don't care. Oh, there's an unspoken rule of men that you don't punch them in the nuts. Fuck you. I'll come up with a handful of them motherfuckers if
Grab
that's
his
what
dick
it's gonna
and
need to
twist
be.
And now where I'm going to call hypocrisy and bullshit is you are a baseball guy, and how many unspoken rules are there of that sport?
I don't know any.
And
2K.
You hit the
softball.
well, okay.
Yeah,
There's unspoken rules, but again, you're in a sanctioned deal. I'm walking down the sidewalk and fucking dingling here goes,
no, they're
your fucking
unspoken.
beard is goofy. We're getting after it. Like,
But-
fuck
You're
it.
him,
But there's
you're saying
unspoken
your beard
rules.
is
But if I go to a softball game and I blow up the pitcher and I run to
Which
first,
you've done. And
but
I've had to look at a motherfucker and be like, he's new, he doesn't know what to do. And he was like, I got it.
yeah. But my point being, that's the
And
same.
our pitcher who was like, oh, I'm getting blown up when he threw a pitch. Like, he knew what the fuck was going to happen.
But point
I
being,
get it.
there's
It's a spoken sport. And
Yes.
You have rules. But you have a lot of people who are trying to do this. Softball and baseball, people aren't like, oh, I'm just going to fucking grab a bat and go.
yeah.
You know?
But when you're at a table, what happens is, they're unspoken things, and so if you sit there and somebody's doing that, you just leave. You don't. Some guys will get pissed off and say something. Well, no, that's wrong. They're not playing that
I'm
way.
not gonna lie, I watched a fucking poker video of the big wigs.
Yeah.
Whatever. Who is it? I can't remember his name, but there's a guy, kind of darker skin, but I think it's Sean Shakir or something like that.
I don't know enough about the poker
You
guys.
don't watch him?
I don't watch the poker stuff.
All right. Well, we don't have to send you to groups. That's nice.
See, that's again.
But there was like
where-
Sean Secure and then something Phillips or whatever, and they fucking hate each other, and they go the rounds when they're at the same table. You look out, shit's getting down, like shit's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like watching these, and I'm like, well, you're a baby, and then the other guy blows up, and I'm like, well, you're a fucking baby, and like, like I don't understand why you guys are so fucking irritated. Play your fucking hand you have and just move on with your life. And they're over there. Is he gonna shut up? I can't play I can't do any of this thing and fucking over here talking. I'm like, what
Jesus.
the fuck? I'm like, no, you have a fucking 9 and a jack and there's whatever on the table. Just fucking play your hand. Would you really need everybody around you to shut the fuck up for your brain to work? Like, Jesus Christ.
Huh?
Wear some earbuds.
They're finicky people.
Dude, poker players are the fucking worst.
Yeah, they're
I can
divas.
think of a few worse.
They are.
Yeah, they're divas.
Hitler.
Yeah, you
Okay.
really. You just
Little
go
do you-
right to the top of
Straight
like
Hitler.
You're like,
Fuck 'em.
Little do you know, Hitler was an experienced poker player.
but no,
He was taking them down.
you have these things, but to go back to my very first part of the people we were sitting in, it had nothing to do with how they were playing. Like, this isn't a how they're gambling story. We sit down at this table, right?
Wait a minute, I was gonna say we went from $10 tables to fucking
Yeah, we fucking
Crazy
to this
fucked up shit.
rabbit hole. But so when we sit at this table, you got this young married couple. Well, so we sit down and the guy says, "Oh, where are you all from?" And he's like, "Oh, we're from Idaho." And he was like, "Do you like blue football fields?"
I have season tickets to those.
I said,
football fields.
fuck yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, I said, "Yeah, I'm a fan. I got tickets." And he says something about, he's like, "Yeah, I had a buddy who went to law school in Iowa, and I used to ask him about the blue fields in Iowa." And he was making a joke, right? It was the mixing Idaho and Iowa. Bad joke, right? You even got the same look on your face that I had. I was
Fucking
like,
annoying.
I didn't
They
even
grow corn, we grow alfalfa and taters, alright? Fuck right on.
right. So I was like,
They can't drive uphill because everything around there is flat. Yes.
it's not even that. I didnn't even
You are
acknowledge.
bringing up some deep-seated hatred
I
right
know,
now.
and this
alright?
is why I'm going there,
God
because
damn it.
it sparked that in me too. Like, I didn't even. I had the same exact look on my face. I guarantee it. I was just like, he could have dropped the worst dad joke ever, and I would have laughed over that shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, or just say jackass things. I'm thinking, yeah, that's more in line. You're just a
Should have
jackass.
looked at him and been like, do you like dealing cards and realizing that your gambling problem is just that much higher than everybody else's? Because you need to play for the house, you cock-smoking motherfucker.
Cock smoking.
Yeah.
I hate people that do this. I fucking, God, it hurts.
Well,
It hurts.
This is the pet peeve of Brock right here.
God, it
Mixing
hurts.
up Idaho and Iowa.
Well, I was about to say, and did you like the potato he shoved up your ass in Iowa? You know, like,
Yeah, right?
oh wait, I'm
Sitting on
sorry.
a fucking corn cob,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Oh wait, no, he dropped you a corn cob. Lost with that shit, right? You know, but
Made you popcorn.
instantly it turned, and I'm a laid back guy, but instantly that turned me into wanting to go to asshole mode and poke at this guy.
I am stealing your money.
Well, and not only that,
Dude, that sucks when you're playing against the house.
well, and he was, and
They
he
have
would,
loaded cards.
he kept making cheesy jokes, and it was like, but what blew me away was he's sitting there, his wife's sitting there, and like I said, they're a young couple, but she had, and I've seen
But
this
wait
a
a
few
minute,
times.
was it the dealer that gave you this
No,
shit?
this
No, this is another
These are
dude
other
at the
players.
Oh,
table.
I would have stood up and fucking rocked his shit right
No.
off that fucking bar stool.
The dealer was a foreign
Don't make
lady,
me
and she
mad,
was cool as shit, and she could tell I wasn't having it.
yeah,
and I
no,
did.
would have fucking fucking corn cob that motherfucker right off his bar stool.
So
Here's your aces and eights, motherfucker.
So I kind of started poking at him a little bit, and he'd say shit, and it took everything I had to choke down comments. I was just like,
No, fucking let him roll. What are they gonna do? Kick you out? No, fuck no.
no, but I wanted to play. I wasn't trying to make it too uncomfortable. But then I realized who this guy was, and it kind of led me into...
Here we go.
J.R. Simplot.
The famous one. I'm so daughter, son, or whatever.
Here's the other thing he did. Here, I'll make you hate this guy even more.
Oh, great.
Hooray.
The other thing he did, where'd you guys come from? Like, where were you last? And I was like, we were over playing at Caesars. And he's like, I guess Caesar didn't treat you good. You must not like Caesar. And I'm like, I know where you're going now. Dude's name was Caesar.
He makes good salads.
So he made another bad joke.
His name was Caesar?
Yeah, so he was making a joke about Caesar.
I didn't like the salad.
Yeah. Being
You
that...
like tossed salad?
he might like tossed salad.
I
He about got
would have led with it, and I would have kept running with it.
would be
How many salads have you tossed?
You're-
Oh, we would have had some fun with this shit.
Yeah. Well, the guy was...
Casey, you're too fucking nice. You're not at work. Be a fucking dick.
He wants to gamble, damn it.
Yes.
He wants to gamble, damn it.
It was me. I was holding back. The thing is, if I had drank more, this was the moment I would have got myself in a shit ton load of trouble
If you were drunk.
If I was actually, drunk. I had been drinking, but I was not Casey level drunk that will...
Is it just me that walks around being a dickhead to people who are being dickheads? Because I don't give a fuck?
Yes.
I think you overreact to what people
Yeah.
are doing, and you're like, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
And then it's
No,
just like,
I'm sorry. To fucking land with shit like that, like, okay, great, we have a blue field on one college fucking
who
field.
fucking cares?
I'm sorry, we don't have black and gold
We
and
don't
whatever
have
the
anything
fuck
else
Southern
in
Idaho
Idaho.
shit is. Like, what
What else is in
fuck
Idaho
you?
besides potatoes and a blue field? Be honest.
Bicycles, cars,
Bicycles.
But
Trees.
I mean, titties. Yeah, I mean, come on, we have like a couple of damn good titty clubs, all right? I mean, granted, they're not great by any means, but they're okay.
So then...
We grow alfalfa, all right?
We grow
In Christ. We are, if you go by Joe Biden's shit, we are fucking the reason for global warming. So apparently we have a lot of greenhouse gases. So, leave with that.
Idaho is?
Well, so then the guy, he asked us, he's still making bad jokes. So his name's Caesar. He's...
A douche. We know
Yes.
this. Let's go.
See, trade
So here's another thing that kind of
I hope he listens. Fuck him.
made me...
Dude, is this the guy you told?
Huh?
Is this the guy you told you have a podcast?
No. I didn't tell a guy we had a podcast.
I thought you said you told one person we had a podcast.
I did. It was a female person.
Oh.
It was a
okay.
rep at one of the shows. I can tell you that story too. It's kind of funny. Well, I'll tell you that story too. It is kind of funny because
I know, but it would have been hilarious if you were like, "Hey, you should listen to our podcast," and he listened to this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just
Fuck
tearing
you, Caesar.
so
tearing him a new asshole for being a douche canoe.
well, and not only that. So one thing that always throws me off, I don't know why this is when you get these. He was a total frat boy type,
Oh no!
and
he
he's
had
making.
spiky hair. And
Is this,
No, he
is
didn't
this
have
the $10
dyed
table?
This is the $10
Okay, this is
table.
main story. Okay.
The main story, $10 table. Anyway, guy making bad jokes. Then he
had dyed tips and AV.
he asked us what we do, and it's like what we do and why we're there, and we're like a RV parts convention thing.
You should have been like, "I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend." That's
Well, no, see here, I'll get to that.
that's what I'd have been like.
Let him tell the
I'm
story.
here because God brought me to fuck your woman. That's
So
Let him tell the story.
it's making me mad. All right, fuck this.
see, but Brock is going.
You're not even letting him finish what he's saying, though. You just hear a word and you're like, fuck this dude.
But see, this is the story I was telling when I was trying to do this on my own, but this is what I needed. Like, I was like, fuck, this isn't working like it's supposed to. But, so, the guy, he says that, and then he tells us he's in oil, and I'm like, you haven't worked a fucking day in your life. Like, you know, he's a... And
Pretty
you can,
boy type that.
yeah, he's working as a lawyer for an oil company, and I'm thinking,
great.
And you can
this
tell.
is why I don't like him. He's a fucking lawyer.
Well,
He's gonna get his comeuppance in the story. I know it's coming.
and see, this is why I had to be me. I figured out he was a lawyer from the Iowa comment. Like immediately when he said my buddy-in-law, I was like, oh, you are just a douchebag frat boy. You know, think you work hard, but. So, what I found funny, I'm sitting here listening to this guy and he's making shitty jokes to the dealer, he's making shitty jokes to us, and then he has this wife there that is totally like a pent-up goody two-shoes. And
Pamela Anderson.
No, she was average. I mean, she wasn't like, oh my God, you know, she was, but...
She wasn't getting divorced hot. But
No.
Maybe she sneak around in the back alleys hot.
No. She wasn't throw your life away hot.
Okay.
You know, that's
I can deal with that.
Yeah, she wasn't throw your life away hot, but here's where I tend to struggle in these situations is the asshole part that comes out in me is I'm watching this dude make bad jokes, be a total douche. He has this obviously sheltered, never experienced a lot in life. Like, both of them have come from this. This guy is not white, but acts whiter than anybody else at the table. And all I'm thinking is, you're making these shitty frat boy jokes. You have probably a sexually frustrated pent-up girl that's never done anything out of letting you lay on top of her. And all I'm thinking is, if I wasn't married right now, I would steal your wife from you, make you both go back to the room, and you get to sit in the corner and watch me fuck her in the ass, and then you can clean off my dick later because you're that much of a bitch.
He got his comeuppance.
That's what
I was not expecting that from the story.
That's not where I was going with it either.
I thought you were just gonna steal his money.
No, he was fucking winning.
I thought you were literally just gonna fuck this dude over and just be like, "Okay, I'm not playing the game.
No,
I'm playing the game."
I just
I'm a fucker in the butt.
Nope. It turned into, "I'm gonna fuck your wife."
Yeah.
If I wasn't married, I'd fuck your fucking wife.
It was one of those things where I'm watching this guy just be a jackass, and he doesn't get it. He makes the bad jokes, and I want to pull out a Brock and just lose my shit on the guy, but I'm like...
No, see, you gotta do it, and the funny part is everybody thinks I'm just gonna come unglued and throw chips at him, but I would have been like, oh, well, my bad. Want to see me shuck her corn?
Well, but even
I would have left with that. Like,
Buddy, you're not funny. You could say that.
No, you brush off. See, this is where it goes different. Casey, like, brushes off a couple and then, like, throws a couple and then sits back and takes a couple and then throws a couple.
Yeah.
No, I take about 3 or 4 and then throw a fucking haymaker. Like, that's, all right, blue okay, well, taters, all right, you know. But then all of a sudden it's like I turn and it's just like, you ever found the G-spot, motherfucker? Because I bet you I can find it in a whole lot fucking quicker than you ever did. And we're going to do it everywhere from the bathroom to the fucking wall. You know, I mean, just something that you could come out of nowhere with and just fucking sucker punch him 3-4 times with in one statement.
It's all got to do with fucking his wife, apparently.
Yeah,
you can't attack anything personal
at this
about
point,
it.
that's where it's leading to. Is like,
I'm gonna fuck your wife.
I mean, what else do you tell him? Because it's a defamation of character or whatever.
I don't know.
And they fucking sue your ass.
For telling him he's not funny because his jokes are fucking retarded.
Exactly.
R-worded,
right
R-worded,
there.
sorry.
Well,
Don't cancel me.
So then they
That, you can't say that word.
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled on Instagram.
Let me go Bush, Nevada on you. You can't say that word.
So then they change out dealers, and in comes my favorite type of dealer ever. It's about my age, like a 40s-year-old.
Blonde female.
No, it's a dude.
Favorite dealer.
It's a dude?
Yes, because it is the
God,
guy
no.
who's been dealing.
And he plays the
Oh,
game.
No.
Yeah, he plays the game on his own time. He's on his phone. Fucking.
No, he's the guy who has.
We're punching Casey in the balls so hard right now.
He's just the blackjack dealer who's done it for a very long time. They're typically pretty cool guys, and if you are more of the gambler type, it's just you end up having good conversations. They got good stories. Most of the time, the table will actually go good, and you'll start to win. It'll flow.
Right.
Well,
This
this
guy who knows what the fuck's up.
yes,
Yeah.
it's the guy you want dealing to you, even if you're losing.
I've
It's-
watched enough of it to know. I've never played. Like, I've played online, like on my phone. Like, okay, yeah.
Oh,
sure,
so you're
whatever.
playing on your phone too, huh?
I don't anymore.
I'm not a gambler.
I tried it one time and I was like, this is not for me. I can't.
It's my gig. But anyway, he comes in, he deals. The guy and his wife got to do whatever. They're letting you know how important they are as they leave the table, and you're like, yeah, you go away. And I'm like, oh, thank God
Let me
that.
go to my villa.
Yeah, I'm like, thank God that douchebag left. And I think he was still standing right fucking there. But it's not like he was. I mean,
Subtle punches. Those work good.
It's
Yeah.
like, what is he gonna do? You're
and then
Oh, your Dodgers hat sucks. Yeah, well, so does your wife, but you probably didn't know that.
yeah. Right. So then the dealer says douchebag. I was like, yeah, that guy. He was total douchebag. He's like, I prefer douche canoe. Like, and I was like,
douche canoe.
and so then it
That's
was.
a good one.
Then I was like, ooh, I like twat waffle. And then it was. We had like 4 or 5 exchanges of just ways to call people a fucking douchebag. That's why I say that is my type of dealer, though, because they come in, they've done it a long time, and you immediately.
Wait a minute. So you outstayed this guy at the table, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then that dealer came in, and I won, and I won consistently and got to walk up. I wasn't up for the time I was there, but I played for another hour probably, and walked away, not behind.
You actually won. Like, you won more than you lost on your way out?
That night.
You run across Douche Canoe and his wife again?
Nah, I never. It was our last night there.
Here's one I've never understood. The table where you throw the dice or whatever, and there's a ball that rolls around on a little fucking
craps.
thing.
Or-
No, you just described 2 different tables,
yeah,
Is
it's
that-
like those are two
oh,
different
okay, I guess
things.
that's true.
and
There's the ones you throw the dice down at the end.
it's
and then
craps, and I don't know how to play it, and
I have never, yeah.
I've been explained it before by somebody who is actually really good at it and knows how it works. And craps is one of those games where you can make a shit ton of money in a hurry, and you can lose a shit ton of money in a hurry.
Okay.
It's
So
not
then
like
Then there's roulette,
Which is
roulette.
where there's a ball that rolls
And
around.
we played
You're
some.
just trying to guess pretty much what the ball's gonna land on for roulette.
Oh, okay. So that's
We played some roulette this time, which I'd never played before. It's a little more intricate than I understood, and they were explaining. And I actually think now I can see why people sit down and play it. There's certain ways you can bet that make sense. That okay, I see why they would do that. But I didn't really understand the basis.
Okay, so I also know this because I've seen your TikTok, but I have to ask you, what was it like to stand in the end zone in the stadium there in I don't know what they call it. What's the Allegiant Stadium?
Allegiant.
What's it feel like to actually stand on the field?
It was fucking awesome.
Was it?
Yeah, so we did not get to actually stand on the field that the Raiders play on. So the Raiders play on a grass field, which is outside. And
They shuffle it in.
They roll it in.
So was it a concrete?
No,
slab,
it
or
was.
was it like a turf?
It's the turf. So all the college teams and stuff, when they play on the field turf. And that's what it was there. They just had it painted with all the Raiders,
Right.
They had it done up.
It's the Raiders field. It's just turf.
Yeah. What I found most interesting, which was kind of weird, is, or maybe not, when you're down on the field and you look up in the stands, like where the stands would be, because it's not like people were there, in the stands. Everybody was down on the field. Like, you can really depict where people would be at in the stands. Like, they feel on top of you. Like,
Really?
Yeah. When you sit up in the stands, you're like, oh, it's so big and everything's so far away, right? No, when you look up and around there, you're like, holy shit, man. I could see how
Okay, so
a packed stadium with a bunch of loud fans and stuff, I could see where that would be like, oh, fuck, this is a little overwhelming.
So in high school, we played on BSU Stadium.
Right.
Or on BSU's turf. It was like once a week. They pick the best matchup or whatever, and they throw it on the stadium or on the turf because they were like, fuck it,
Oh, yeah.
We played there twice.
Right.
Which, it was a whole different ball game. Like, playing in high school, you can play on your fucking Joe Dirt fucking football field, or then all of a sudden 2 games of the year you're playing on the BSU turf,
Right.
and it's a whole different thing. And they're like, you can't wear cleats, you need to wear turf shoes or whatever and all this shit. For me, it never mattered because you're in the game. You're playing, right? You're playing, you're zoned in, you're playing the game. But being at BSU, obviously you are a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
You've been close enough to the field to kind of understand the size of the stadium.
Yeah.
What's the size rating? Like, if you had to compare it to things, what would you put them at?
Oh, well, the NFL one's...
Raiders Stadium to BSU Stadium. Bluegill to bass, bluegill to great white shark. I mean, what are we talking here? Like, what are we going
because I don't think... It's a bigger stadium, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Allegiant's going to be bigger because it seats probably 60-some thousand people.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so it seats about double, but if you factor, it's got a lot of suites in it, doesn't it? It's got suites and some opening stuff.
You feel like you're in a dome?
I would tell you things seem farther away at BSU than they did at this, even though there's more.
Really?
Yeah, even though there's more seats and everything like that, and how it's constructed, it's like when you look from the field, because I've been on the field at BSU, and you look up at the press box, it seems a ways away.
Yeah, you think it's like a mile out.
Right.
You're looking
when
up and
you
like,
were standing at the 50 and you turned and looked over at the press box area, here you were like, oh shit, that's like one of the best seats in the house. Like,
they're right on top of you.
It did not feel that far away. And you had to tell them that you needed to go smoke, but to get to go through it. Well, because to go outdoors to go, like, obviously even though you're not really all that inside on the field, it's not like they were going to let you smoke down there. But you could go through the VIP club. You had to go through the VIP club to go up and out where they let people smoke. So
okay.
We walked through there, and that was kind of cool to see, too, the VIP bar area and all of that where people sit. It was just a really cool experience to go somewhere that I would, I've never gotten to go to an NFL stadium. And to be able to walk into one, and where they pulled the bus in and you walk through, like, it was a short walk, right? But to walk through this tunnel and right out onto this field, and you're just like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. And then not just that, they had little stations set up. So there was a little area where we were throwing the ball. We were just playing catch, right? That's literally, we were just throwing the ball back and forth to each other. And it does give you a good look because, like you said, the end zone was there, right?
Yeah.
So we're throwing balls from, I don't know, about 25 yards out. But you quickly realize oh shit, 25 yards is a lot farther to throw a ball than you think. Yeah, you're looking at it. Once my arm warmed up and stuff, I could throw them okay, but I was still like, we bitch at a guy for not being able to.
It's like, that's a 30-yard pass. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, we all three play softball, and to throw from center field warmed up to second base is a ways.
Yeah.
When you can throw from fucking center field to home,
yeah, you got a hell of an arm.
Long fucking ways. And
yeah,
you've got a cannon.
Right.
But I mean, even warmed up, I mean, that's a hell of a fucking throw.
Yeah,
even though sometimes you throw the ball and you're like, short was nothing, you know? And then you try to throw the ball to the fucking pitcher and it bounces 10 feet short and you're like, that fucking sucked.
Yeah. So, and they had another station where you could try to kick a field goal. And they had the little tee that the kickers use on the sideline that holds the ball up. So you could go out there and try to kick a field goal, which...
Did you?
I tried.
How'd you do?
Horrible.
What do you mean horrible? Like, were you way off to the one side? Or
I mean, luckily short? I got it off the ground, but not nearly high enough to even be... Yeah, no. There were some people who actually kicked them pretty well, but no, mine was horrible.
How far out was it?
I think you were kicking from like the 5, 10. It may have been a 15.
Short.
Yeah, no, you weren't that far back. You may have been
20-yard field.
Honestly, these guys are going out there and fucking kicking this thing 40 fucking plus yards.
Look, the kicking thing is tough. Like, I mean, it is. And then they had another station where you could throw at they had the net with like 4 or 5 different slots to throw like a pass into the net, you know, in different spots to see how your accuracy on throwing, which that was fun. We did that, but one of the coolest things to see was you saw all these people turn into a bunch of 12-year-olds. That's all it was, because next thing you know, it wasn't about... I mean, they had beer and wine there you could drink, and they had food, you know, it was catered. You could eat all this food, but it literally just turned into a bunch of adults acting like 12-year-olds, running around, throwing the ball, playing catch. I mean, they had a band that was playing and...
Da, 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 da.
No, I mean, you did. You just went out and you just played. That's what you did. You just went and played.
You just fucked off.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw like there were a few dudes that were probably, I mean, in their 70s that were like caught a pass in the end zone, right? You know, just like everybody turned into a bunch of kids, just because it was so much fun. Even myself, who, I mean, I'm
tried to kick a field goal,
failed. But I actually made a couple pretty good catches that I was like, oh, I can still catch the ball.
I got this.
Well, once
I got this. I'm coming for you, Adams.
Me and Coach.
For the little bit of high school football that
Cooper Cup, I got this shit.
That I did play wide receiver. I have actually.
You played wide receiver.
I did.
I mean, he is tall.
Yeah, he is tall, but I would think that is like a tight end.
Yeah, you also.
Tight ends are normally your
I mean,
guys.
Yeah,
wide receivers are quick as shit. I don't see Casey being quick as shit.
No, if I would,
Casey's 6 fucking goddamn bigger than me, and I don't see Casey being a wide receiver. But
again, that was I only played my freshman year. And I was a freshman. I was like 5'8" and like 140.
That's okay. I love telling people I'm 6 foot tall and 100 and fucking. Yeah. Well, now I'm 230 pounds. I played defensive end, and they're like, "No fucking way." I'm like, "Yeah, that was quick. I got around motherfuckers. Did some shit in the backfield. Like, fuck you."
If I would have continued to play, I would have wound up playing fullback or tight end. When I started to play as a sophomore, they shifted me into where I was either going to play linebacker or I was going to play fullback and tight end. Like, that's kind of the areas I would have played. Because even then, I was, as a sophomore, 6 feet tall and like 170 pounds.
Right.
So
let me ask you this.
Huh.
You're how old?
41.
Okay. Could you see yourself as a defensive nose guard right now in the NFL?
No, I'm nowhere. I mean, size-wise.
The nose guard for the Rams is 40 years old.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is putting hope into my heart. Okay?
Well,
because
is it the nose guard or is it the left
I'm
tackle?
going to turn fucking...
Whitworth's like 40.
Yeah,
Is he? Yeah,
I
okay.
was gonna say
So Whitworth at 42, right?
is playing.
Okay? I'm almost 30, and I feel like I've my ass handed to me when the 3-year-old is like, Daddy, I want to go down the slide again.
Oh yeah.
Okay? That motherfucker is putting hope into my heart that I will make it.
Oh, I was gonna say, as far as I'm physically big enough to be a nose guard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
you were the size enough you could do it. And
yeah.
that, to me, like Ian over here,
I'm a
fucking
quarterback
wide
at
receiver.
I'm a
right here.
quarterback.
I could see a wide receiver at this. Because he can jump, he can run. I've seen the motherfucker run. He runs like he just stole somebody's fucking TV.
Yeah, I'm the size of like an NFL guard.
They'd call you the mini fridge.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and I'm yeah.
Well, I mean, you're right there. I mean, you're big enough.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I'm too.
Calm down. Jesus
Shut
Christ.
up,
Earlier
bro.
you tried to kick over the table. Now you're trying to fucking take out the chairs.
I mean, I'm still not at the magic number of 300, but I'm close.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I'm saying. But
Them boys are big.
yeah, they're big boys, and I'm sure most of those guys, when you talk to like bench press reps, I doubt I have even 225 in me right now. Where those guys are like,
My favorite part about this is like everybody goes to work, right?
right?
These motherfuckers go to work on TV.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And it's what you put into it is what you get out.
Oh,
They
totally.
bust their ass. I mean, any other sport, any sport, right? Aside from a sport that you do either sitting down or, I mean, racing, whatever. And those guys aren't physical slouches by any means. But the guys who go out and physically bust their ass every week, it's like, you literally just exercise on TV for fucking work.
Well,
I mean, you bust your ass.
They
You work
exercise
hard.
all week,
There's
too.
strategy. Oh, yeah, there's all of that. Like, I was watching a deal, they were like, talking about the muscle guns and the physical therapy behind every NFL player. I'm like, I want that right now just because I went fucking snowmobiling Saturday.
Well, I can tell you the one, and I'm not trying to. I know he just retired, but I actually think, as far as physically goes, the one guy who got it right up into their 40s actually happens to be Tom Brady. And one of his big switches
Oh, yeah. Dude,
was
that guy's fucking insane.
Yeah, but one of his big switches, though, that he did when it came to working out was to do more plyometric stuff and stretching.
I have no idea what that word means.
Okay.
It's like stretching and shit.
It's stretching it, so
And it's like body weight exercises. I
yeah,
think, too.
instead of trying to bulk up, it's
Yeah.
keeping the muscles pliable and flexible. And
but
that
he's a quarterback. He's
Yeah.
not a fucking lineman or anything.
even
like
with linemen and stuff like that.
that. No, you take a fucking
It takes away-
125-pound lineman and put him against a fucking 300-pounder. What the fuck do you think is going to happen?
He'd
I don't
still
give a
have to have
fuck.
bulk, but what it helped him do was it helped him be able to stave off injury better, and that because when
Probably
you're
recover better.
yeah,
too.
and
I
your
can see
recovery's
that.
better, and that's more what he attributed to, because that's what happens when these guys get later in their career. They just get hurt. They get hurt
Well,
too
yeah.
frequently.
Well, that's what's funny. Like I said, I mean, Whitman, or what is it, Whitworth?
Mhm.
At fucking 42 years old, are you shitting me? I take a 3-year-old to the side of the knee and I'm about shit my pants.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
and he's got
He takes fucking 300-pounders
This
to the
dude's
fucking
probably
side
going
of his
against,
knee,
like,
and he's like,
Arizona
"Get up,
practice."
bitch," you know, and fucking, and I'm like, this motherfucker has a gray beard and everything else, and I have full color in my hair, and I can't handle half the shit this motherfucker takes.
yeah, but that's like when we're
He gets hit with dump trucks all day long, and I'm just like, pillow! You know, and I'm like running away. Fuck
Toddlers,
that.
look out.
Yeah, but your realization comes with age. It's the same thing when we were all sitting there at teenagers and looking at these athletes and stuff.
Never
As
gonna be this old fat.
yeah,
guy
and we're
drinking
like,
beer.
what do you mean he's retiring at 30? And you're like going,
Yeah,
look,
I'm at
man, I
30,
can
like,
barely
how
take
the
it.
fuck did he play to 40?
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about, we're like, he only played like 8 years in the league. What's his problem? Running backs? Why do they
Well, that's
peter
what's
off?
crazy now.
You know?
That's what's crazy. Like you made this joke on Twitter. How do you know your co-host is a fucking redneck? Well, your fucking Twitter's packed full of NASCAR shit.
I know.
Right?
I'm aware.
Think about
food.
all the fucking
And
fucking
food.
Oh, I
Holy
love food.
Fuck. I know what Brock looks at and responds to on Twitter. I go through the feed, I'm like, food, NASCAR, food, NASCAR, food.
So it's funny because I look at it and I mean you think about it now, but Jeff Gordon retired. I think he was like, I can't remember the exact number, but he retired younger than Dale Earnhardt died.
Yeah.
Right? Dale Earnhardt died on the track. Okay?
Right.
He's a legend. All rednecks feel the pain in their heart when his name is said. Okay. But Jeff
you
Gordon
gonna tear up on
retired.
us
Don't
here,
bring it
buddy?
up.
I almost did. I almost did. But even now, his son has retired at an age that he was still racing. And so you look at these, these guys, and you're like, fucking athletic number as far as age is getting so much smaller.
Oh, yeah.
You know, guys are coming out of college, playing 3 years, and retiring. You're like, what the fuck? And it doesn't matter what sport.
Well, I think a lot of that goes to is there's so many other ways now. These guys are starting to see, they get in there, they get some business opportunities, and they're like, I made a couple bucks. I can now make more money doing this other stuff reasonably.
Right.
And they're not.
Well, that's why I'm glad that the
I-
Bengals beat the fucking Chiefs. Mahomes and his fucking 3,000 fucking
part of that-
commercials.
Part of that is like I think rookies are better than ever before.
Oh,
like, in any
absolutely.
sport,
Oh, yeah, they
any
come out of
sport.
college. And
They
they're
come out of
fucking
college and they're better
tuned.
than most of the just like the
Highly
average,
tuned.
average players. Like Jamar Chase, that guy. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow's in his second year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
they're
no,
led the
I would-
Bengals
I
to a
would-
Super Bowl. like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Goff did the same thing.
yeah, it's like
And I only know that because of,
Yeah.
what team.
But it's a youth movement thing.
Exactly. You're getting towards that younger. I mean,
Like
and
hockey
the funny part is
hockey
people are
players
like,
are like
"Oh, this
18
guy's
now."
such a pro," and you're like, "He's 23 fucking years old. What could he possibly know?"
But a lot of that goes back to, you can take that to the technology. Like, not just...
No, I would definitely. I would say the same thing. One of my favorite catchers in the whole world, or in the whole existence of baseball, is Yogi Berra. Because he's fucking grumpy. Okay, he was a fucking grump. The statements that he is famous for are the grumpiest of like all eternity. But
Right.
if Yogi Berra had the technology that they have today, who's the fucking catcher for the Cardinals?
Oh, Molina.
Molina.
Yeah.
That guy is by far one of the best catchers that has ever played the sport.
Right.
And I actually had this conversation with a coworker, and he was like, "No, he is the best." And I'm like, "Give Yogi Berra the same technology and the same youth experience that Molina had, and I bet you Yogi Berra would be 10 times grumpier than he was then, and still the best catcher that ever played the sport."
and quite possibly so. But you can always
that's
make
like
those.
a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's like
Well, right.
yeah,
That's
kinda
that's
deal.
a who's the GOAT thing, right? I don't
Right.
believe in the GOAT thing because
no.
there's not one player. You couldn't pick one player out and he's the best in every situation.
But where
It's not possible.
where I'll take it to, it shows where the
Other than
technology.
Buffalo Ron. We're gonna go back to that.
No, we're not. Where I'll show you that it really the technology and stuff shows up is coaching. How much younger coaches have gotten.
Well, and you're just learning so much stuff at a younger age too.
Well,
in high school and stuff.
They have access to so much more information, and they can. But you have more.
That's the same as your sales guys in everyday life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever walked into a place and fucking old Tommy B over there, he's fucking gray hair and everything else, and he's selling you a brand new whatever the fuck it is, no.
But you have, when you're talking sports, you have young people interested in not being a player, but being a coach at a young age. Where I think you had through history was, when I'm done playing,
I would love to be a fucking coach.
Yeah, but
I can't play anymore. I've fucked up enough joints, body parts, and everything else. I would love to be a coach.
Right, but in the history of it, when you're talking professional sports, it's when my playing days are done, I might want to be the coach. But most head coaches were like presidents, man. They're in their 50s and 60s and, older. And now you've got guys younger than players being head coaches. It's an interesting dynamic, but they're real, you're taking guys who typically wouldn't have got those jobs.
Right.
Or that may be more interested, or that's another reason to get out of the league earlier is to go be a coach.
Well, I mean, if you look at it the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, analysts are a big deal, too. I mean, there's fucking 20 per fucking channel.
Well, there is, but I can tell you one of the big things that took that off was Tony Romo.
By the way, I have to say, I have actually rekindled my fire for Brockmire.
Oh, I've seen the whole series.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't finished it off, but I have seen most of 1 through, I think, 3. No, maybe it's 1 through 2 seasons. And I love Brockmire. He's such a brutally honest, fucking dick in your face kind of guy.
See, I thought you were saying Bachmeier, like the BSU quarterback.
No, that guy's a fucking pussy.
And I was like,
he needs to get fucking retired to golf. He's a fucking wiener.
He's a wiener.
Dude,
what an insult.
Casey
That's what Casey should have told the guy at the table. Dude, you're being a fucking wiener right now.
That would have been epic right there.
He would have been like...
You should have texted me. What do I call this guy? A fucking wiener?
Douche canoe or wiener?
Trust me, I had
Would
enough.
you rather?
I had enough in my arsenal. I could have went there. And I was starting to go there, and it's probably a good thing I wasn't drunk, or else, I probably would have got taken out by security.
Wiener. You're a woman.
You want to see my pecker as I slap it across your forehead? Yeah.
See, I can't not say it now. But my thing is, like, Bachmeier and Casey and I have talked about this. I mean, we've been in the fucking ball games, and it's like, dude, the guy's a puss. I mean, he's a puss fart that makes puss farts look like puss farts. I mean, that...
All I see the dude is he just makes stupid decisions, and he just runs and gets himself absolutely just destroyed.
No, he's dumb, and he's taking a lot of fucking defensive helmets to the face. I mean, he's a dumb son of a bitch.
Pussy.
But
fucking bitch ass.
When it comes down to it, I mean, you talk about coaches, and I mean, think about the golden boy out of Idaho, right? Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's not throwing the fucking football.
He's calling QB sneaks with 14 seconds left.
Right.
Well, executed right would have worked.
Yeah. I mean, had it not been who was on the field, it would have been fine.
And not been the Cowboys who will find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, to be honest with you, as long as he could put a different fucking logo on his fucking coaching jacket, he'd be fine. But he's a coach, and he played what? 2 fucking...
I mean,
I don't know. He didn't play shit.
Yeah, he's played like 3 or 4 games total.
He's coached more than he has fucking played in the NFL, and he's a coach.
Yeah,
that's coach. I'm a coach.
That's what he was destined to do.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. He was destined to be a coach.
Right, and that's only the local. I'm an Idaho tater grower. You fucking Iowa fucking confused motherfucker. That's local fucking deal. But that's the thing is, it's like he was bred to be a coach. Even his dad was like, yeah, he would have been a better coach than a QB.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
Yeah, and he very much
And he understood it too. He was like, I would rather coach than get fucked up every week.
Well, that's the other thing you're
They'd be
seeing too
blamed
is
every week for
a lot
Guys
of
wanna
these.
be coaches more than they want to be getting the shit kicked.
Well, and that's why they're. I think you're seeing less time in the league and stuff like that. They get hurt a couple times. The minute these younger guys are starting to feel beat up on a little bit, they're like, yeah, nope, not doing this to myself long term. Not gonna. But they have other opportunities. There's different opportunities out there. I mean, a lot of these guys too, the guys who have done well. I think it's Gronk before he.
Fucking Gronk.
No, but before he retired the first time, he'd never. Well, he'd never touched his playing money.
Yeah.
The money his contract money, he's never touched. It's just sitting there. All the endorsement stuff and that's what he paid for everything with.
Right.
I mean, so.
Oh, I love hearing his fucking commercial for what is it? He's like,
oh, I'm special.
I'm fucking, or they're like, what's your member number? 87? What?
USA.
Sorry, this is Gronk. Super Bowl winning
Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski.
It is. Like,
I'm not a member.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
No.
We have to go to something different because we're turning this fucking podcast into a sports podcast. So
Actually, we're going to go to a Would You Rather because we are over an hour and a half in.
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
almost midnight.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've rolled on this one.
It's 11:55 right now.
We've rolled hard on this one, which is fine. So, I do have a good Would You Rather.
What is it?
Okay. So, would you rather
There's a lot of white cans on the table.
have marble-sized testicles that weighed 10 pounds each?
Oh, Jesus.
Each.
Each?
You have a 20-pound sack.
Yeah.
30-pound sack.
Squats, easy.
Yeah. Or coconut-sized testicles that weighed a couple ounces each. They were super light.
But your balls are protruding out of your pants.
Oh my god.
You're wearing
I
the
feel like
hoodie
you
upside
could make
down.
a nut hugger, like fucking bra or some shit to hold your balls up. If that was the, I'm gonna go with the heavy ones.
The heavy ones?
Yeah, because you could probably just get like a jock strap.
I get some
hold
duct tape and
hold
fucking
that shit up.
shit up.
So, I would go heavy myself.
I would go marble.
And I start teabagging people.
Oh
Slapping
my God.
those.
Hit somebody with a 20-pounder.
You just fucking rust into somebody's face, knock them out.
These
I was
nuts.
going to say,
Hit them in the chin.
you got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, you got
As you-
knocked the fuck out.
As you got teabagged.
And then you teabag them more.
Whole lot better than you would. Would you like to take a look at my coconut?
Yeah.
I mean, that would just be a bitch to hold on to.
Well,
Are you furry like coconuts too?
I
could
mean,
you imagine pounding the shit out of them?
Well,
It's
Like,
literally
there's a bunch of
Monty
click
Python, like the clapping
the
coconuts.
clapping coconut.
Yeah, I mean, fucking.
It's like a horse running.
Check out these nuts.
Yeah.
Coconuts.
I mean, the size would be amazing. You can like look at them and be like, "Hey, you like those nuts?" You know, you could like hang them out there or whatever, and women would be like, "Oh, look at the balls on that one." But at the same point in time, I mean, you gotta fit those motherfuckers in jeans every day and go to work.
Right?
I mean, I feel like you could find a fucking
No,
sling
imagine
or
just
something.
how many times you'd hurt yourself just sitting down,
Oh,
right?
fuck,
Or
you would
I
squeeze.
drive a
I mean-
stick shift.
right?
It's like I squeeze my nuts on accident in general.
Right.
Like,
Right.
You ever jump into your truck on a hot day?
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're fucking laying on the ground for 10 minutes, and everybody's like, what's wrong with you? My balls are hot, and they're hanging down a little low, and I caught the fucking seat on the way in.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. You're
Sucked.
now in that territory of like,
Oh, man.
this would suck.
I mean, I'm turning 30 this year. God only knows what's going to happen to those boys in the first place. Now, if they were the size of coconuts, well, we're talking painful, man. Like I was talking earlier, there's no rules to fighting. Your balls are fucking size of a coconut?
That's a
I'm
big
winning
target,
that
bro.
shit.
That's a big target.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Now think of it this way, though. If you've got the heavy ones, right?
They kick you in the nuts. Boom, you're breaking their foot.
Well,
Yeah, I'm only seeing upsides to this.
This is a win-win situation.
no. Here's the bad side of it.
About the time you take your fucking nut bra off and they
Nah.
fucking hang to the bottom of your sack and you're like, ah, my skin's stretching.
Down to your knees by the time you're
That's
60.
setting the coach up real quick.
Well, no, I'm thinking of it too. You're doing them from behind, right? And you're getting that flap going.
Why is your pelvis bruised?
Yeah. Well,
Man, there's some serious rotational mass going on here.
wife shows up to work the next day. Did he hit you? Because her chin's bruised.
Chin's all fucking bruised up.
But it's only 2 marble sized.
She can't sit down. She's got to have one of them stand-up desk things.
Would the nut tap be you smack one side and it creates
That's that hole you throw a thrust in there and a fucking ball smack her in a butthole. Fucking boop, boop, boop.
whole new meaning to Benoit balls.
You seen some heavy nuts? Pick these up. I've seen guys with big balls, but never heavy ones.
Yeah.
Wow, your balls are so heavy.
I feel like I'm working out when I cup your nuts.
Yeah.
Curls. Doing curls with them.
Oh my god.
Oh
right?
my god. One. This is my max.
Okay.
Let's be serious about this. The bruising would be horrible.
Oh. Would you walk around with like bruises on the inside of your thighs all the times from getting like
Inside of your knees.
It probably like
In
callus,
pounders, those motherfuckers are hanging to your knees.
callus up at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point you'd have some calluses, but... no,
Your
I'm
veins would
definitely
just be
going with the
permanently-
little ones, but super dense.
super? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like 10
what about your
pounders.
checkup? Doctors all like,
I mean, if you want to reach down that far, Doc.
be like,
We need you to do a physical. I hope you brought your workout equipment.
either one, the doc's gonna be like,
Something's
you're
wrong.
You need to have that checked out.
Yeah.
You're the doctor. No, somebody else is going to need to
Not
check
that
that
kind
out.
of doctor.
I'm not that doctor.
You should probably just get those removed.
Yeah.
You should have that checked. Fuck.
When a doctor tells you that, you know you're fucked.
Could you imagine you like take off your fucking jock strap holding these 10-pound marbles up?
Right?
Hey, honey. What was that? My balls hitting the floor?
Yeah.
What do you...
Yeah, and it's not like a, it's not like a big boom boom. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like tink tink. You take him off, and she's like, "Oh my god, are you allergic to something?"
Right. Oh.
Yeah, these fucking undershorts is goddamn 90% cotton. What's the one that everybody's allergic to? Cloth-wise. We don't like
latex.
latex. I
Oh,
think that's a large one that everybody...
yeah, a lot of people are allergic to latex.
Latex, and then the other one's the stretchy shit. I can't think of what it is. It was before like leggings and stuff. Or neoprene.
Oh.
Neoprene was a big one. People would get allergic to neoprene. Fucking rip off your drawers. Goddamn neoprene fucking drawers! You rip them off and your balls are fucking the size of coconuts.
They're like balloons, though.
Yeah,
They
I'm
float.
going with the small heavy things.
Grease
Me
mass.
too. Mainly because, I mean, you're not riding shit with fucking coconut-sized balls. I mean, that's
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
That's C cups, right? That's D cups on your fucking genitals.
Right.
I mean, that ain't happening.
Yeah, no, that'd be a rough situation.
It'd be kind of a cool sound fucking bouncing together, though, when you were doing the whoop section on a fucking motocross track.
Well, my question would be like, how fragile would they wind up being, right? You get kicked in the
God
nut.
damn it, I cracked another nut. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We gotta blow out!
What's this fucking liquidy shit coming out of my ball sack?
We got a bleeder.
Hey, look, coconut oil. Hold the cup under your balls.
Fuck. Well,
I think this is where we bring it to an end.
yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
We got a bleeder. End it now. Do it.
Shit.
All right.
Go fuck with us on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, Twitter is my new
We
favorite.
can't go on TikTok because we got canceled.
Yeah, TikTok fucking cancel cultured our asses.
Only for live.
Because Brock threatened to shoot me.
Oh, yeah, because apparently I threatened to shoot something that wasn't
I
Ian.
don't know. I submitted a rebuttal or a
Oh, fuck
room. It doesn't matter at
They
this
already
point.
You
silenced
said
us on
this
one.
word, this word, this word, this word.
Last I knew,
3 different times.
it wasn't illegal to use our First Amendment rights, but they fucking censored us on that bullshit, too.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a platform. It's not like
Yeah, I guess.
it is what it
Make
is.
your own platform, Brock.
But then
We should.
we could have
Fucking
that same
Oh,
argument.
Brock too.
Brock too.
Brock talk. Yeah, motherfuckers, let's do this.
All right. Well, if you want to hear Brock talk more, you'll have
Nice
to
transition.
tune into future podcasts, re-listen to these. Check us out on different platforms as far as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Hit us up on Twitter. Twitter's, I
Yeah.
think,
Twitter,
Slide into
Instagram
those
seems
DMs,
to be
baby.
fairly resilient too. I mean, they don't really give two shits.
no, that's because they're owned by Facebook.
Yeah, and Facebook is Zuckerberg's fucking
metaverse.
problem child and all that shit. So.
Yeah.
Instagram, they don't give a fuck. Facebook, they're like, oh, let's censor for all the puss cakes.
But either way, we will catch us on one of those platforms. Anyway, we'd like any kind of interaction. Respond. Tell us what's on your mind. Tell us things you want to hear. Tell us we're a bunch of jackasses. We don't care.
Yeah.
We're game. We like engagement. You're not going to offend us. I guess you could try to cancel us, but...
Hurry up and end this shit. I gotta pee.
Oh, let's stretch this
Too
out.
much
No.
beer.
All right. Thank you.
Coconuts.
Thank you all for listening, and good night.
I don't give a shit